Wow, unbelievable. Shakur Stevenson, he goes there. Shakur Stevenson says they fragile. What is he talking about? You will find out shortly in this video. So Shakur Stevenson just beat Artem Harutyunyan. And this is pretty bizarre, I will admit. I don't recall offhand a fight where a fighter convincingly won, but went on this type of tear and this type of tirade, trying to explain the win and, you know, combat negative criticism for the win. Maybe at best, the only time or the closest that I could recall is when a fighter wins controversially. Like if a fighter won via robbery and everyone's saying, hey, that was a robbery, then sometimes maybe the fighter gets on the defensive and the fighter will be like, no, wait, guys, listen, I won the fight and blah, blah, blah. But this is not the case. Shakur definitely beat Artem Harutyunyan. I haven't heard anybody dispute that. I haven't heard anybody say that they gave the fight to Artem. So that's a clean win. However, Shakur has faced a lot of criticism and some people are saying it's hate. I will explain that it's not hate in this video. To me, hate is like unwarranted. People pick up a slingshot and they just shooting rocks at you, right? You don't want the person to improve. There's no constructive criticism where you want them to heed the advice and maybe build from it. It's just you're hurling insults, name calling, talking about people's family and their mama. That's hate. But we live in such a weak society where this weak society, this soft society, they label everything as hating. Shakur Stevenson, as I've said, has brought a lot of this heat on himself, period. Any industry, especially sports, where if you continually say what you're gonna do before you accomplish it and do it, you will be met with criticism. So Shakur, he started off on a bad foot because he talks, he's confident. And that's okay to be confident, but it's not okay to be delusional. You gotta fight your fight. If you're a big puncher or you're a great finisher, be that. But what you notice is majority of the time, people who are great finishers or have great power, they don't really have to overly advertise it. Ninjas know it's just a known thing that this guy's got cracks. Like, I remember Adrian Broner moved up to 47, fought Maidana, and at the fight week in the press conference and stuff, Broner was doing the most of the talking. Maidana, a true puncher at that weight class. See, Broner was more of a puncher at 30, 35. And then he rapidly jumped up in weight classes to explore the money fights, fought Paulie Malignaggi, and that was like a split decision. And then he bit off more than he could chew trying to fight Maidana. Maidana was an established guy at 47 who had power to hurt guys at 47. If you watch that buildup, Maidana, he didn't really talk about his power. He didn't like overly speak, but he delivered on the night of the fight. Same thing for Shakur. I see a very small group of people who are saying stuff like, oh, everyone's not going to be a knockout artist. And you guys said this, and now you're saying it's boring. And they're acting confused. There is nothing confusing about it at all if you can listen and comprehend. Shakur puts pressure on himself. He's saying he's going to get a knockout. He's saying he's going to body a guy coming off of a loss that Frank Martin almost knocked out. He's criticizing Frank Martin's performance with Artem Harutyunyan. He's saying he's the best fighter in the world. He's saying he's ready for Gervonta Davis. So when you compile all of this data that comes from Shakur and also his fans, people expected more. So it's not that you didn't defeat Artem Harutyunyan, it's that he's coming off a loss. No one really thought that he would straight out beat you. You were the favorite and people expected more, especially if you have a motor mouth and you say before the fight and during the fight, you're going to knock Artem Harutyunyan out. No more, no less. You put pressure on yourself. I'm going to keep saying the same example. If Barry Bonds before every game talks to the media and says he's going to hit a home run and nobody can hit the same amount of home runs and he's going to lead the season in the MLB with the most home runs, then guess what? You've set that standard. You have now set that standard, and now live by the sword, die by the sword. So when you don't do it, or if you can't do it and you overshot it, miscalculated it, then face the drama and the negativity. That's it. Now Shakur is coming out and he's stating that both of his hands were hurt. He says, a fan says, was your hands hurt while fighting Artem Harutyunyan? Shakur says, yeah, both of them. They fragile. I'm going to get them stronger in the offseason though. I mean, first of all, there's only so much you can do to strengthen your hands if you have hand issues. Second, Shakur probably had hand issues because everyone hated the Edwin De Los Santos performance, right? They didn't like it. So if you listen to my breakdown for the Artem Harutyunyan, he tried to step it up, but so much to a degree, that's not who you are. You're trying to compete with Gervonta Davis, it appears. Or at the best, you're trying to listen to the crowd and you're trying to get more aggressive. So I think Shakur was trying to make a statement and he was trying to sit down on his punches and he did hurt Artem Harutyunyan, but now he's saying his hands is messed up because that's not your style. You're not a guy who just comes forward and thrashes guys and gets you up out of here. You're not Kermel Moton. You're not David Benavidez, Artur Beterbiev. You are not Gervonta Tank Davis. You are not a guy like Terrence Crawford. You are not whoever, Naoya Inoue. All these guys are great finishers. My thing is this. If it was in your arsenal and you're 27 and you've been fighting since you were probably 7 or so, we probably would have seen it by now. Like, you don't see a guy like Gervonta Davis and then they turn 27, they turn 29, and all of a sudden they got power. And if that did happen, then it would look very suspect. Like, what did you do? Like, how did you not have power early in your career? Now you hurting guys. You know what I mean? So now Shakur, he's trying to beat the allegations of being pillow fisted. So he fought in a fight that actually had him looking worse because he had a guy hurt, couldn't finish him. And then Artem started to do better and win at least moments or some of the rounds later because you're fighting in a style that's really not you, trying to compete with Tank and trying to impress the crowd. And then all for the fans still to not appreciate it. And videos of people walking out, videos of people falling asleep. You're beefing with Cameron and Mace. It's ugly. And ultimately, if you're a Kobe Bryant, you're Michael Jordan, Floyd Mayweather, shooters shoot. Nobody wants to hear all the excuses. Tank knocked Frank Martin out, hit a backflip, got paid, and he's out. He ain't really been on social media. You're trying to justify your win and explain it and say, oh, it's like jazz. Nobody's really trying to hear that. So now this hand injuries to both hands, I'm pretty sure this is not going to be received well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section.